Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock related queries. In case you're watching the show for the first time, well, this is where top market experts can help you guide you through all the stock queries that you have in your portfolio or the stocks on your watch list as well. Now, apart from this, I also wanted to help you understand how do you send us your questions. The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screen. Use this number to send in your questions. Don't forget to mention your name, your location, and your contact details so that we can give you an opportunity to speak to our top guests to get a custom made advice for yourself and for your portfolio as well. Let's now welcome our guest on board. We have Mr. Akshay Bhagwat, Senior Vice President, Derivatives Research at JM Financial Services, who's joining in on the show with us. Welcome, Akshay, and good to have you with us. Good afternoon. Tell us, how are you sensing the markets right now? The recovery continues since yesterday, 23,300 back on the Nifty. Do you see this gradual pace of recovery can sustain?
Good afternoon, Sakshi, and good afternoon to all the viewers. Well, see, it's a gap up start for the day, and after a pretty long time, we have seen some bit of a relief rally, kind of a pullback, supported by the U.S. markets yesterday. Now, ahead of the budget, which is just around 15 days, you can expect some bit of short covering to kick in the market, but we will take a level-based approach because a lot of short positions in the January series are prevalent at the rate of 23,400 to 500 zone. So it is very important that levels of 23,500 should be taken out by the Nifty. In case it does, you can expect a momentum surge on the upside, which can target 24,000 by the January expiry itself. So right now, we are still not out of the woods. We are in the choppy range, making an attempt to show some pullback rally ahead of the budget. Take a level-based approach about 24,500, 23,500. You can see that pullback rally. Till then, you can expect some choppiness to continue. The range being 23,100 on the lower end and 23,400 on the upper end.
Okay, got that. Well, a lot of our viewers are joining in on our YouTube channel as well to send in their questions. So let me just welcome all of them as well. Sandeep Pancharya, Anuj Singh, Satya, Kamlesh Nakire, Neha Jain. We have also Abhishek Kumar joining in, Ankur Modi. Warm welcome to all of you. Thanks for writing in all your questions, and we'll be taking all of them as well. But first up, our first question is on our WhatsApp number as well. This is from Sai Reddy. Says, hello, good afternoon. You guys are doing a wonderful job, which is helping all of us retail investors. Thank you so much, Mr. Reddy, for writing in such appreciative words. Hope this show is really helping you out in your investment journey. He says that he's thinking of buying in the hospital space, Yatharth Hospitals, and he wants to know whether he can actually enter into the stock. What will be the best entry price as well? In case you could also suggest to him. Um, uh, have you been tracking this one at all in the hospital space, particularly? What looks good to you? And of course, pharma and healthcare, as we all know, have outperformed in 2024. Do you think this can continue even in the new year?
Uh, see, unfortunately, the technical trend of this stock is weak, and there has been some intense selling pressure in this counter from 640 to 450, where we stand. It's more of a one-way fall, which has been seen, and today on itself, 7% day trading fall is pretty huge. Uh, so the technical price structure is weak, but in case you are keen on averaging and taking a better exit, it's about exiting at a better level because the stock chart is weak. So I would suggest go for levels of 400. 400 is a very strong support for this stock, and the probability of recovery from the levels of 400, 410 is very high. So buy at the levels of 400, 410. Whenever you get these levels, the chances of hitting them are high, and from there you can expect some meaningful recovery, post which the stock can see levels till 530 or 540, and that's the exit point for you. So the suggestion is exit on rallies near 530, 440. To get a better exit, the suggestion is to go for averaging at lower levels.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has answered your question. Let's take some YouTube questions now from our viewers. Sandeep Pancharya writes in, Akshay, he wants to know on KFin Technologies and entry level for the long term. Should he enter now or should he wait for some more correction? He wants to know.
Well, see, the price structure, first of all, is strong in KFin Technologies. Short term is weak, but really, since you're more keen on the investment perspective, I think averaging on dips from a longer term perspective makes a lot of sense to be invested in this stock. With a budget round the corner, market in a rough patch, really, there are odds that the stock may retest again levels of 1125, 1150 on the lower end. That's the point where you should be looking to average the stock. Overall, with a longer term horizon, you can again expect levels of 1600 from where it has fallen. It's more of a longer term candidate. The support is 1000. To till it is above 1000, continue to hold, average around 1125, and that's how you go about the trade setup in KFin Technologies.
Okay, got it. Let's take another one. This one is from our WhatsApp number that we've got. This is Varun. He says that I'm holding 30 shares of Schaeffler India at an average price of 3100, and he says he can hold this for 10 years. So he has an absolute long-term horizon on this one. He wants to know what is your view here, and can he add more quantity? Right now the stock is over 3200, so he's still in profits. But what is the average kind of strategy that he should adopt over the next 10 years perspective if he wants to hold for that long, Akshay?
Yeah, Schaeffler India. So just give me a minute because yeah, so Schaeffler India, this price is right now 3211, and from a longer term perspective, yes, we are looking at serious long term, 10 years plus, and that's a pretty long journey. Since you are committed for that much time for this stock, I think it makes sense to once have this consulted with your financial advisor, because I can help you with the price graph. The structure is strong still, but short term, there is a probability that the stock might test 2800, 2900 on the lower end. So really, how you go about your investment journey in such stocks is that not to be invested at one particular level and wait for the longer time horizon. Yes, it may reward you, but I think you should follow some SIP route or buying at specific important support points, because overall the stock looks stronger. 2800, 2900 averaging should work well. Even if it dips till 2600, you need not worry. That's another averaging point. So long term, your targets can be probably 44, 4500. That's the 2 to 3 year projection, and post that there can be a different scenario. But hold on, but average at the support points which I gave you.
Okay, got it. Let's take another question. This one is from our caller who's with us on the phone line, Kalpesh Patel from Mumbai. Kalpesh ji, namaskar, कैसे हैं आप?
नमस्कार मैम, मैं क्या हूँ मैम, तो
कल्पेश
हीरो
जी, क्या
होंडा।
आप सुन पा रहे हैं? पूछिए अपना सवाल।
हाँ मैम, मैं सुन पा रहा हूँ। हेलो,
ओके, आई
सुन पा
गेस कुछ कनेक्शन में इशू है कल्पेश जी के साथ। वापस से कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश करेंगे। मीनवाइल कुछ और सवाल भी ले लेते हैं अक्षय के साथ। Yes, Arun from Hyderabad also writes in Akshay, and he has an interesting question. He wants to know on LIC and LIC housing. He wants to know how are these two companies and can he enter at the current levels on any of them?
Yeah. So first of all, LIC Housing Finance on technical charts, monthly charts have seen a double top formation. Double top is where twice the prices have tested levels of 750, 760 and have seen a significant corrective action. So yes, from a longer term perspective, this chart is not the right place to be in. Short term, you might see some supports around 500 from where there might be some pullback attempts in LIC Housing Finance, but I think it's better you give it a miss from a longer term horizon. But if you look at the LIC, the other LIC Insurance Corporation, which is around 843 odd levels, there the longer term price chart is pretty good, strong. It's has been in a corrective phase and trying to form a support around 800. So makes a lot of sense to buy this stock over the other one. 800, 780 can be the possible support, and from a long term journey, again, you can expect strong reversals from this support point. So recommend to hold or buy near 800 with stop loss around 740.
ओके, उम्मीद करते हैं आपको भी इस सवाल का जवाब मिल गया होगा। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास अनुज सिंह का सवाल आया है यूट्यूब के जरिए। लिखते हैं, गुड आफ्टरनून मैम, न्यू जेन सॉफ्टवेयर टेक्नोलॉजीज का शेयर हमने 11 नवंबर को खरीदा था। 1265 के रेट पर 100 शेयर्स खरीदे हैं और इसमें लगभग 30% तक का प्रॉफिट हो रहा है। इसमें आपका क्या व्यू है? क्या होल्ड करें या फिर अब प्रॉफिट बुक कर लें? पहले तो बधाई आपको अनुज जी कि आपने 30% तक का प्रॉफिट इसमें कमाया है, और एक ऐसे समय पर जब बाजार में काफी डाउन ट्रेंड देखने को मिला है, लेकिन इस स्टॉक ने आउट परफॉर्म किया है। यही एक सही स्टॉक सिलेक्शन का फायदा होता है। इवन व्हेन मार्केट्स में बहुत ज्यादा वॉलिटिलिटी हो, आपने सही स्टॉक की पहचान की, जिसने भी आपको गाइड किया सही समय पर किया, और अब आपको यहाँ पर प्रॉफिट्स भी हो रहे हैं। और आप ये भी आप सही कर रहे हैं कि प्रॉफिट्स में भी कहाँ पर बुक कर लेना सही है, ये सबसे सही सवाल होता है। अक्षय, प्रॉफिट्स जो भी हो बैंक्स में होने ज्यादा बेहतर होते हैं, क्योंकि आगे का कुछ पता नहीं होता। 30% तक का प्रॉफिट जो इनको मिलता है, क्या लेकर निकल जाएं, पार्शली बुक करें, या फिर अभी भी और दम लगता है न्यूजेन सॉफ्टवेयर में?
तो सबसे पहले आपको बधाई कि आपने बहुत ही सही स्टॉक का चुनाव किया, और आप 30% रिटर्न बनाना बहुत ही एक अच्छी बात है, क्योंकि ये मार्केट्स काफ़ी चौपी रहा है और इस स्टॉक ने आपको अच्छा रिटर्न दिया है। तो प्राइस स्ट्रक्चर बता रहा है कि और इसमें दम है, पर थोड़ा लॉन्गर टर्म कैंडिडेट बनेगा। शॉर्ट टर्म में अगर आप पिछले महीने देखें तो 1200 से लेके 1750 एक महीने में चलना बहुत बड़ी बात है। और जाहिर सी बात है, इतनी अच्छी दौड़ लगाने के बाद थोड़ा सा टाइम करेक्शन या हल्का सा साइडवेज मूव अगले एक डेढ़ महीने के लिए आपको देखने को मिल सकता है। तो हल्की सी करेक्शन की उम्मीद है। सुझाव रहेगा कि आप आधी क्वांटिटी बाय बुक कर ले इसमें, और बाकी का जो आधा क्वांटिटी है होल्ड करें। थोड़ा लॉन्गर टर्म होराइजन रहेगा, पर 2050 या 2200 ये एक पोटेंशियल टारगेट जोन बन सकता है 1 ईयर प्लस के इन्वेस्टमेंट होराइजन से। सो पार्ट प्रॉफिट बुक एंड होल्ड, ये सलाह रहेगी न्यूजेन टेक्नोलॉजीज में।
ओके, चलिए, उम्मीद करते हैं आपको इस सवाल का जवाब मिल गया होगा। गाइडेंस को फॉलो कीजिए और लगातार प्रॉफिट्स को कमाते रहिए। आगे बढ़ते हैं, और कल्पेश का सवाल व्हाट्सएप के जरिए आ चुका है। फोन लाइन में कुछ दिक्कत थी तो उनका सवाल ले लेते हैं। मुंबई से कल्पेश लिखते हैं, आई हैव अ शॉर्ट ऑन फेब्रुअरी फ्यूचर्स ऑन एलटीआई माइंट्री एट द रेट ऑफ 6000 एंड माय टारगेट इज 5100। कैन दिस टारगेट बी अचीव्ड? Okay, we'll help you get that answer from Akshay. Akshay, we do know that the earnings are today. So, what should one really keep in mind? This has been an underperforming stock in the entire IT band, but most of the brokerage houses are now turning positive on the stock. Would it be wise to continue with this short position for Feb?
Uh, See, it's more of a choppy price structure which I see in LTI Mindtree, especially in the last 4 to 5 months. If you see the price chart, time and again you are seeing strong selling pressure at 6400. There is a demand around 5500, and this is the price pattern which is evident on this chart. So, if you have a short bet in this, it's very difficult because you are in a choppy phase of the market. It can swing either ways. So, the suggestion is I'll give you a stop loss which is around 6150 basis spot. This stop loss has to be held if you are keeping any short bets in LTI Mindtree. Any downside till around 5600 is the point where you cover up your short bets. So it's a choppy phase. We are doing a micro view in this further. It's a difficult journey to play such choppy moves, but keep a stop loss, the one which I gave you, and book it at lower levels at the target price mentioned.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. Next, Neha writes in. She says, I want to know on the EMS space, stocks that have high valuations now, Dixon Tech, Keynes Technologies, Sirma as well. Is it the right level to buy them, or is there any other suggestion in the EMS space from this? You rightly pointed out, Neha, that these stocks have had a sharp run up already, and now they're trading at very high valuations. So it really makes sense to understand that whether the industry or the sector as a whole may have a great opportunity going forward. Is it the right price to enter in Dixon and Keynes? You know, Akshay, fundamentally the companies look positive. The opportunities in this sector are massive as well, but the stocks have already run up so much. How does one go about this EMS space right now?
Yes, this sector was the most talked about sector a couple of months back. Now, really, the situation has changed because, wherever the froth was, that has
Yeah.
become evident with the market move in the last couple of months. A lot of stocks have actually cool down significantly, minimum 15-20% correction from the tops, and that's giving you a reality check as to where these stocks are headed for. So yes, this is the theme to be in, but really, if you are considering them, have a longer term horizon, because short term, medium term may not be so rewarding as it has been before. So Keynes Technology looks the best among the three stocks. 6561 is where it trades. It's in a stronger uptrend from a longer term perspective. It's respecting its trend. Somewhere 6000, 5800 is the support zone which it has seen, and demand is again emerging from those levels. So hold or buy near the support levels mentioned. And your stop loss should be 5300 in this. Longer term, I think this is a good bet to be held.
Okay, got that. चलिए यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है. Let's take the next one then. This is again from our YouTube viewer. Satya writes in, I hold Tata Consumer Products since last 2 years. My average price is 750, and I've only seen just about a 20% uptick in these last 2 years. By switching to Jyoti Labs, is it a good idea to get better returns in the next 1 year? Okay, that's also a good question, Satya. We should always review the stocks that we hold to see if there is a better candidate in the same sector that can help us get better returns. So, how would you really look at this one, Akshay? FMCG, we do know, has been a big underperforming space, and Tata Consumer also has just hardly given 20% returns in the last 2 years. What would you suggest?
Yeah, so even I am of the same opinion, going by the chart readings, that it's better you take an exit out of Tata Consumers. Jyoti Labs is a better bet, but Jyoti Labs, it's also a beaten down stock, and technically it is trading at a support zone. Now, this is a very massive support. How it plays out here is the question, because 360, in case technically such a thing, you have to work with a stop loss. 360 is a massive support. Chances of a recovery here are great, but really this is going to take, has fallen by in last 4 months by from 580 to 388. So to recover back, it's going to take time. So yes, if there is a choice between the two, Jyoti Labs is better with stop loss of 340. But I would also recommend consider Marico in case you want fresh suggestions. Here, the potential of major price gain from an investment horizon is better over Jyoti Labs. The 650 is where it trades. 4-5 months of range bound consolidation, setting up again for a strong up move. Fundamentals too are pretty strong. I think Marico is a better bet among Jyoti Labs, and probably 800 plus is in the making from a long term horizon. So I think I would give preference to Marico, but if it's a choice between Jyoti Labs and Tata Consumers, Jyoti Lab is the one to go for.
Okay, there you have it. You've got both the suggestions of alternative buys that you can look at in the FMCG space. Let's take another one. This one is from our WhatsApp number that we've got. Satyan from Kerala writes in, I'm holding Ramkey Infra. I have it out about 20% losses. I bought it at 6 months ago. Would it be better to switch to another stock like an NCC to recoup my losses in the next 6 months or so? Or is averaging Ramkey a better option? Again, a good question, Satyan. Let's look at this one. In fact, in the last 1 year, Ramkey has given a 23% negative return. Last 6 months, about 11.5% of a loss is what you've seen. So it's been on a downtrend. Akshay, could you review Ramkey Infra and tell us better to average right now? Will things improve or better to switch?
Well, I believe switching is the better option. So both the stocks have had their fair share of pain, because both stocks have corrected significantly from the tops. But if from the current levels, we need to take a revision of what's going to happen next. NCC is nearing its very key support zone, which is somewhere around 230 to 25 zone. This has been more of a very pivotal zone, because I think last year around these levels you saw strong breakout and strong buying demand around these levels. So there is a good chance that if the market supports you, this stock again might see some strong pullback. So NCC is the preference over Ramkey, and 200 is the stop loss which you need to maintain in this stock. Recovery can might from a long term perspective can again see the stock getting back to its all time highs.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one then. This one is from our YouTube viewers list as well again. Okay, Kamlesh Narkere writes in. He says, Hi Sakshi, I want to know about MobiQuick. एंड नेटवेब टेक्नोलॉजीज, लॉन्ग टर्म बाइंग लेवल, अभी लें या रुक जाएं? ओके, मोबीक्विक तो एक रीसेंट एंट्री है, तो शायद आपके पास इसके तो चार्ट्स ज्यादा नहीं होंगे जिसके ऊपर आप राय दे सकें, लेकिन नेटवेब टेक्नोलॉजीज के ऊपर आप बता सकते हैं अक्षय कि क्या करना चाहिए।
जी, तो मोबीक्विक में भी अगर लिमिटेड प्राइस डेटा से मैं कुछ व्यू दूँ तो जिस प्राइस पे लिस्ट हुआ था
हम्म।
वो सपोर्ट जोन बनेगा। 440 करीबन लिस्ट हुआ था, उसके बाद 680 तक चला था, अभी 476 है, तो शायद 440 रिविजिट हो सकता है। तो उतना दम नहीं है चार्ट्स में, बट कहीं ना कहीं 440 से थोड़ा डिमांड वापस आ जाएगा, क्योंकि जिन्होंने मिस करा था तो वो वापस 440 430 के जोन में बाइंग के लिए आ जाएंगे। तो कुल मिला के सपोर्ट जोन के नजदीक आ रहे तो होल्ड कर सकते हैं आप, 400 का स्टॉप लॉस बनाइए और रिकवरी रैली में एग्जिट कर जाइए, क्योंकि अभी तक जो डेटा पॉइंट्स है बड़ी तेजी की उम्मीद नहीं है। 530 540 ये इसके अपसाइड गेन्स हो सकते हैं। और दूसरा स्टॉक नेट वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन। सो
जी।
आई थिंक नेट वेब, फ्रॉम अ लॉन्गर टर्म परस्पेक्टिव इट इज गुड। गए 6-7 महीने में तो रेंज बाउंड स्ट्रक्चर रहा है, बार बार कहीं ना कहीं 2900 के स्तर पे बिकवाली का प्रेशर बनता हुआ दिखा है हमेशा, और इसके चलते 2300 या 2200 तक भी आपको आने वाले दिनों में ये स्टॉक दिख सकता है। शॉर्ट टर्म की मंदी है, शॉर्ट टर्म का वीकनेस है, लॉन्गर टर्म के लिए अभी भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। तो बने रहने की सलाह है। आपको स्टॉप लॉस 2000 के नीचे बनाना है और लॉन्ग टर्म के हिसाब से होल्ड करना है।
ओके, उम्मीद करते हैं यहाँ दोनों ही स्टॉक्स के ऊपर आपको राय जो मिली है उसके ऊपर आप अमल करेंगे। एक और सवाल लेते हैं अक्षय, ये बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सवाल आ रहा है, और जहां से आ रहा है वो ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग बात है। अविनाश कुमार ने लिखा है हमारे व्हाट्सएप पर, ये एक गांव से हैं, पियर चौक, मुजफ्फरपुर, बिहार से, जहां से इस शो को देख रहे हैं, और इनका पोर्टफोलियो देखिए आप। इन्होंने लिखा है कि मेरे पास एवरेज शेयर्स हैं इरिडा के 235 पर, वी मार्ट के 98 पर, मैक्स नीवा बुपा के 76 पर जो कि हाल ही में लिस्ट हुआ था, और पीसी ज्वेलर्स 18.30 पैसे पर। 5,000 शेयर्स हैं इनके पास। इन सब का व्यू जानना चाह रहे हैं कि आगे क्या करें। अब पहले तो मैं इनको ये बधाई देना चाहूंगी कि गांव गांव में भी लोग काफी ज्यादा अब अम, दिलचस्पी ले रहे हैं स्टॉक मार्केट्स में, और अपनी वेल्थ को बढ़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और देखिए आप डेली कॉल्स को कहाँ कहाँ पर देखा जा रहा है, और इस उम्मीद से कि उनको यहाँ पर सही राय मिलेगी। तो अक्षय, आपके पास ये सवाल लेकर आना चाहूंगी, बहुत सारे स्टॉक्स हैं जिनके ऊपर भी आप इनको राय दे पाए, जरूर दें। इरिडा 235 पर खरीदा है, वी मार्ट 98 की खरीद है इनकी, पीसी जूलर्स 18.30 पैसे पर खरीदा है, और जो हाल ही का लिस्टेड स्टॉक है मैक्स नीवा बुपा 76।
जी, तो मैक्स विवा भोपाल छोड़ के बाकी सब पे व्यू शेयर कर दूंगा, क्योंकि
जी।
प्राइस स्ट्रक्चर का डेटा मेरे पास है नहीं न्यू लिस्टिंग होने के चलते। सबसे पहले वी मार्ट लॉन्गर टर्म कैंडिडेट है, गए 6 महीने में चला नहीं है, बट प्राइस स्ट्रक्चर में कोई खामी नहीं है, बने रहने की सलाह है। 170 सपोर्ट है, स्टॉप लॉस बनाना चाहे तो 160 का होगा, होल्ड करने की राय रहेगी। पीसी ज्वेलर्स, इसमें भी अगर आप ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर देखें तो एक सपोर्ट जोन के आसपास ट्रेड हो रहा है। लॉन्गर टर्म स्ट्रक्चर अभी भी काफी मजबूत है। 12 12.5 ये एक सपोर्ट बहुत अहम रहेगा। तो कहीं ना कहीं 11 रुपए का एक रिस्क के हिसाब से आपको स्टॉप लॉस बना के रखे तो बेहतर रहेगा। बाकी फिलहाल कोई खामी नहीं है, बने रहने की सलाह है। और लास्टली वी मार्ट की अगर बात करें तो वी मार्ट में भी जो प्राइस स्ट्रक्चर है थोड़ा सा कंपेयर टू द अदर स्टॉक्स नेगेटिव है, तो यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी जो है प्राइस डैमेज या और गिरावट आने वाले दिनों में शायद आपको दिख सकती है। ज्यादा बड़ी तेजी की उम्मीद नहीं कर रहा हूँ वी मार्ट में, शायद 2500 2600 भी दिख सकता है। टेम्परेरी फेज है, बट वहां तक डाउनसाइड जा सकता है। तो वी मार्ट में थोड़ी सी जो है दिक्कत है, थोड़ा पेन पॉइंट है, थोड़ा लंबा करेक्शन इसमें या टाइम लग सकता है चलने में। बाकी के जो शेयर्स के नाम लिए अपने अभी भी काफी मजबूत है, बने रहिए अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी में। आपको मेरे हिसाब से अच्छे गेंस मिले, ये मैं उम्मीद कर रहा हूँ।
ओके, चलिए, यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल चुकी है, और उम्मीद करते हैं आप अपने आसपास भी सभी लोगों को जागरूक करेंगे फाइनेंशियलाइजेशन ऑफ सेविंग्स के लिए। डायरेक्ट स्टॉक्स भी ना हो, म्यूचुअल फंड्स के जरिए जरूर हो, लेकिन एफडी और सेविंग्स के आगे भी बढ़ें, और बेहतर जगहों पर निवेश करके वेल्थ क्रिएशन का आप भी मजा लें। और बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको कि आप पूछ भी रहे हैं सही गाइडेंस के लिए, और डेफिनेटली आपको बहुत फायदा होगा अगर आप इसी तरीके से गाइडेंस के साथ अपने निवेश के ऊपर बढ़ते रहें। Okay, last question with you. Then we will take Akshay on the show. This is Damodar from Hyderabad. And he says, Hi, Sakshi, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for asking, Damodar. I hope the same for you. He says, I have Alcargo Logistics, 10% loss. What should I do?
Well, Alcargo logistics, I think, yeah. Well, I think it's better to take an exit. The reason being that price structure is pretty weak. We recently broke below the levels of 50, so that's another major development on the price front. It's been a one-way waterfall kind of a scenario, 70 to 43, and there is still more to go. Probably the way it is moving over the time, it may again see levels of 30 on the downside. So even if it recovers a bit, it might have a choppy journey, and really major recovery from the current level looks a very low probability. So better take an exit in the stock. I don't see much growth in price in from the long term horizon as well.
Okay. Akshay, well, we'll thank you then on this note for being with us on this special edition to share with us all your insights and helping our viewers with the guidance. Thank you so much. Appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Let's now welcome another guest on board, viewers. We have now with us Mr. Kranti Vatini, who's the Director of Research at Wealth Securities, now joining in to take up rest of your questions as well. Warm welcome to you, Mr. Vatini, and good to have you with us. Before we take up a lot of our viewers' questions that are waiting to be answered by you, tell me, how are you really looking at the markets? They've been absolutely choppy, but any sign of green is being seen as a relief. And there is again a hope that whether things will improve right here. We're just 2 weeks away from the budget. A lot of events are getting unfolded. What is your sense on the markets right now, sir?
Yeah, Sakshi. Good morning to you. Yeah, Sakshi, the pendulum has been moving between the extreme optimism and extreme pessimism. Last few days and all, we were in a zone of extreme pessimism. Now things are slightly towards the optimism at this point of time. Sakshi, markets are always forward-looking animals. So the markets are not bothered what happened, but they're going to look forward for what's going to happen. So now, of course, there are some kind of lingering impacts of tariff war, President Trump as a president, how things are going to be, and also the depreciating rupee on one hand, and also flattening of the earnings. But what we can sense at this point of time is the coming quarters are going to be much better. The budget is around the corner. It's going to be a kickstarter for the sentiment by and large. And also we have the MPC meeting that's going to come, how the RBI stands with respect to the monetary policy, liquidity infusion. These are the crucial facts, crucial things markets are looking ahead at this point of time. Overall, Sakshi, on a longer term basis, any kind of pessimism, what we witnessed just 4 5 trading sessions back, okay, that is the time for a long term investor to accumulate the chips, the stories and themes in their portfolio. The market is bound to be moving towards this extreme optimism and pessimism. So use these kind of tips to build their portfolio. There are many stocks are right now we can see some kind of softening of the valuations at this point of time. One can add these themes in their portfolio. We have been quite bullish about defense theme as always whenever I interact. Look at the kind of movements what we witnessed in these stocks. So whenever these kind of good opportunities do comes, one can add these kind of themes in their portfolio without any hesitation. Of course, here and there are the um, pessimism and fear gaze always would be there in the market. That is the time to chip in and take the advantage of these market fads and all.
Okay, fair enough. We'll start off by taking some questions now, sir, with you. Our
Sure.
YouTube viewer Abhishek Kumar has written in and he wants your view on Zomato for fresh buying at the current levels. He wants to know which level can I expect that I could enter and from where another leg of the rally can start on Zomato. That's a good question, Abhishek. And I do know, Mr. Batini, you've been tracking Zomato, from about 50, 60 odd levels when it had slipped. And from that time onwards, The stock has actually given 3 times, 4 times kind of returns to investors as well. What exactly is your view now? It's cooled off a bit. It went past that 300 mark, cooled off a bit now around 245 odd levels. Good time to take a fresh entry again.
For a long-term perspective, definitely yes, this is the range to take a fresh positions actually. After the stock touching all-time high, it's cooled off a bit. Some kind of profit booking also we witnessed, and a couple of recent brokerage upgrades also that took place for Zomato. And also, Sakshi, if you want to make any kind of serious position, serious investment in Zomato, okay, this is the first point. He can make an entry, and post result, okay, he can make the remaining quantity for a serious investment is concerned. But if you ask me, can I start investing in Zomato? This is the price point one can add at this point of time.
Okay, let's take another one. This question is from Satya. He wants to know on on BEML, sir, and he wants to know, is it better to switch from my existing position in VGuard to BEML now? That is his question. He currently holds his position in VGuard, although he's not suggested any price points or how much quantity he has, but he wants to know, is it the right time to switch to BEML?
Sakshi, with respect to, first of all, BEML is concerned, definitely it's a warranted buy. Any dip in BEML, I am going to add BEML in our portfolio into our clients. So on a longer term basis, definitely one can add BEML. Coming to shifting from VGuard to BEML, one is the consumer, the other is defense and railway, and other theme is there. On VGuard is concerned, the stock is coming down at this point of time. It's downtrend. If you want to shift any rallies on VGuard, he can most probably shift. He can exit on VGuard, but it's not the time to exit VGuard also. For the fresh money is concerned, definitely BML is a buy.
BML is a buy. Okay. Let's take some other questions. Some are also coming on our WhatsApp number, so we'll take some questions from there. We have Atul from Gurgaon asking, I have a question on Fortis Healthcare. I have this at 178 levels, and I now have a target of 1473. Is it possible to get that target in the next 1 to 2 years? What would your view be? So first up, if we look at the kind of levels that he has taken an entry, that's an attractive one at about 178 odd levels. So he's sitting on handsome profits right now. What he's expecting is that the stock goes almost 2 more times, at least from the current levels, 2 to 3 times from this level over the next 1 to 2 years. That's a high expectation there. Again, at a time when a lot of market experts are saying we should temper down the expectations on the markets and the returns. What would you advise on such questions, Krantisa?
Sakshi, see, looking at the healthcare industry in India, we are quite bullish and optimistic with respect to the prospects of healthcare business in India. There are certain companies, hospital chains, we are quite bullish. Coming to Fortis, of course, congratulations to him. First of all, he has been patiently holding the stock from 170 level, very good entry level. The stock it tested the patience of the investors 2 years back. Right now, the stock is an uptrend, but the way the stock is going up, okay, it's also consolidating every time. The best thing always, whenever he makes this kind of return, the first and foremost thing is make your investment as free of cost. That means take back your capital, remaining stay invested for a longer term perspective. As the healthcare industry, still there are more legs to grow. He can wait until 1 2 years as per his time horizon is concerned. Most probably, if the things are right, okay, he can see whatever be his visual price is concerned. But the first and foremost thing is he need to make his investment free of capital. So he is out of his capital is back, and he need not have to worry about the roller coaster ride and the consolidations and the market fads always that do come. So first thing is he can make his investment free of cost.
Okay. Let's take another question from our WhatsApp viewers. We have Siva Prasad from Nellore City writing in. He says, I've bought Kalyan Jewelers. My buying price is 539. Please suggest a target price on this one. The gems in the jewelry space was also in an exciting space. Kalyan has also given good returns. But do you see a continued performance on this one? This has been consolidating now, sir?
Kalyan Jewelries is concerned, Sakshi, last 2 years had a stellar performance. And after the stock got entered into F&O, we can see some kind of a downtrend in the stock, and heightened shorts have been building up in this counter. So, for a medium to short term perspective, one need to avoid the stock, let the stock to settle down, because the stock has been coming down, okay, vertically. Uh, uh, for making any fresh entry, most probably he can need to see the range of around 500. That is the range one can add some Kalyan jewelry for a longer term perspective.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one then. Again, from our YouTube viewers list, we have a lot of questions coming in. Mr. SP writes in, he wants to know on Samvardhan Motherson. At 210, he has this stock. He purchased, one of the recommendations would have been given on this channel only. We do not know that by when was this recommendation given though, but he wants to know now what should he do on Samvardhan Motherson. His purchase level was 210, so definitely it's come off. It's now at 149. How would you look at it?
With respect to the fundamentals of Samarthan Mother Sumi is concerned, Sakshi, nothing to worry. The markets are in a corrective phase, and also the auto numbers have been softening at this point of time. So some kind of a consolidation that's we have witnessed in the auto ancillary space also. He will get back his price. But, it's a stock to hold on. In fact, at this range, if you want to add some stock, he can add it also. It's a stock to hold on in one's portfolio.
Okay, hold on. You will get your price in case you can. Then definitely add at this level, you will definitely get your price back and your average will come down as well. Vinod the Chaudhary writes in. He says, I'm a big follower of Kranti sir. I've met him for a few workshops and I want to request him for any multi-bagger stock that he can share for the next 2 to 3 years. Even though the market is down, I believe in his stock picking skills. Thank you, Vinod, for writing in such wonderful words. Well, big fan of yours, Kranti sir. What would you suggest?
Actually, in terms of the multi-baggers are concerned, they do come, but it all depends upon many factors. So first of all, he need to have the patience to hold on, and vision to see, and accumulate when the stock prices comes down. So it's a at this market juncture, okay, he can look the safe stocks like BEML and all. He can hold on, and these stocks can give the best returns, outperforming returns for the investors on a medium to longer term basis.
Okay, got that.
And
Let's take
we do,
another one.
whenever there is an
Yeah.
opportunity, you are there, Sakshi, to make me to share it on your channel, like the
Yes.
names like PTC, Wakat. These are all
It's a
become
demand. See, Mr. Patini, this is a show for our viewers that we have made, and we have their wishes, our command, And this is what our effort is. Your followers connect with all the top market experts. We give them an opportunity to directly speak to you, all those who've been following your guidance. And this is the best platform that you could probably guide them in the best way possible. So we have to thank you and thank all our viewers also for coming onto this show and getting on that investment journey continuously. We'll take the next question. This one is from Ankur Modi. He says, Hi Sakshi, hope you're doing good. Thanks a lot, Ankur, for writing in. Hope the same for you. I have asked automotive shares, 380 shares at the rate of 378. And the other one that I have is Bank of Maharashtra at 44. What should I do? Okay, two stocks, mid cap PSU banking story, Bank of Maharashtra, and otherwise mid cap story from the auto ancillary space, Ask Automotive. How do you view both these stocks, sir?
Both stocks we are quite positive, Sakshi. With respect to automotive stocks are concerned, he can hold on. Bank of Maharashtra also, the results have been good. So the news has been there can be some kind of disinvestment from these banks that's expected. So out of the budget, he can hold on to Bank of Maharashtra. Both the stocks can be held in his portfolio.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Naman Diora writes in on our WhatsApp. He's from Kolkata in West Bengal, and he wants to know from you on two stocks. ICICI Prudential Life, he has it at an average price of 775. And since September of 2024, he's been holding ICICI Pru. The other one is Tejas Networks at an average price of 1400 since November of 2024. He wants to know, shall he buy on dips both these stocks after the budget or hold the existing stocks that he has? What would your view be? 6 months to 1 year time frame. So, life insurance, we were discussing again, has come back in thick focus. There is high expectation there could be regulatory changes impacting the sector as a whole. Tejas Networks was in full form when the entire telecom theme was in buzz, and after that, there has been consolidation. How would you advise?
Yes, actually, the one thing the investor need to be concerned is, okay, whenever these stocks are buzzing, he entered at the top of the pyramid, and when it's taken a consolidation phase, that's where the worry starts. Nothing to worry. Both the companies are strong in fundamentals. ICICI Prudential also, he can hold on for one more year, and also Tejas Network is concerned. They are into the telecom, and also they also gain revenue from the Kavach, which is a part of the railway initiative. So both the stocks, he can buy at dips and he can accumulate the stocks for medium to longer term. Nothing to worry. He can hold on to these both the stocks.
Okay, got that. We have this next question. This one is from Gul, and she's from Kerala, and she wants to know on two stocks again, Kranti sir. One is Shalby Limited, and the other one is Perso Solutions. Now she says, could you please suggest if these are good stocks to buy for my portfolio and a buying price that you can advise for both of these as well?
Shelby, she can hold on to Sakshi. In fact, uh, the fundamentals of the company looks good. She can hold on to Shelby. The other stock you mentioned, Sakshi?
Perso Solutions, sir.
Uh,
FSL.
yeah, first source. Yeah. Uh, the IT stocks are in a
Yes.
consolidation. IT related stocks are in a consolidation. Both the stocks she can hold on to her portfolio at this point of time.
Okay. We'll just take the last questions now. We have Mr. Putra Chandrahas writing in. Hi, Sakshi and Mr. Batini. I want to know your view in CDSL and in Coal India. Any fresh entry is advised at this point in time or not? Okay. Both these are stocks from different sectors completely. CDSL is linked to the capital markets. Again, it has been a wealth creator of 2024. Coal India, first half of 2024, it zoomed and zoomed very sharply. After that, it has corrected quite a bit. How would you advise, Krati sir?
Sakshi, if the investor is a long-term investor, if he's having a horizon more than a year, both the stocks can be bought at this price point. One can add these stocks for a investment horizon more than 1 year. Both the stocks can be accumulated in their portfolio.
Okay, got that. Well, Kranti sir, we will thank you then on that note for being with us on this special edition to share with us all your thoughts and all the insights on various stock queries that came in for you. Always appreciate your presence on daily calls, and thank you so much for doing this for our viewers.
Thank you, Sakshi. It's always a pleasure to share my views with you and with all the viewers of BTTV. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With that, viewers, we wrap it up on that note. But in case there were a few questions which we could not take up today, tomorrow will be another day. We'll be back at 12 noon tomorrow to address all your stock queries. So keep sending them to us through our WhatsApp number and through our YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for writing in.